Guys, NBA season is back. Super excited about NBA. It's my favorite sport to play on DFS. Best sport, personally. We have a two-game opening night slate. Sixers at Boston, Thunder at Golden State. Two amazing games. You should expect a video from me pretty much every day during this regular season. So be sure to hit the subscribe button with notifications on so you don't miss a video. And if you're excited about NBA being back, drop a like on the video. And let's talk about this two-game slate, try to take down this top prize. If you want to join us for NBA season, a lot of people jumped on the discount that I had for a couple weeks, but we still have daily, weekly, season options on the website. So I'll post that link in the description if you want to join. But like I said, two-game slate. Russell Westbrook is the biggest question mark on this slate. At 10-2, he's currently listed as out on DraftKings, but he's probably questionable. I don't expect him to play. He hasn't even been cleared from yesterday. He hasn't been cleared yet, and he hasn't played all preseason. He's not the best shooter. We know that. He's going to be rusty. He's going to be fatigued after he plays about 20 minutes. It's just natural to get fatigued after you haven't played in a while. So even if he does play, he's not really on my radar. If he doesn't play, we can definitely look at some other pieces on the Thunder. We're going to get a huge ton of usage. But right now I'm considering Westbrook as not playing. If he does play, then I might make some changes to these picks. But right now, I think he's not going to play, so I'm not going to talk about him. But the point guard that I do like a lot is Kyrie Irving at 7,600. He seems a bit underpriced. He's finally back after he got hurt once again near the end of the regular season. But at 7,600, so much upside with Irving. He's looked pretty good in the preseason. Great matchup against the Sixers, who he has had a lot of success in against his career. Averaged 40 DraftKings points against this team in 3 games last year. He's a great shooter, can definitely rack up assists, especially with all the great shooters that he has around him with Brown, Tatum, and Hayward. He should be able to rack up a lot of assists here and maybe grab a couple rebounds. And at 7,600, I think he has a ton of upside here. He does have 50-point upside. So in what I expect to be a very close game, I think the Celtics are going to need a lot of Kyrie Irving. So I like him a lot at 76. At shooting guard, I'm going to go to Dennis Schroder at 63. Like I mentioned, I don't expect Russell Westbrook to play in this opener. But even if he does manage to play, Schroder at 6,300 is still a great play. Just because Thunder are very thin at the guard position with Andre Roberson being out for a couple months. If you look at the depth chart, they don't have many guys to cover the point guard and shooting guard. Felton is right now the only guy besides Schroder that you would imagine to play minutes at point guard. At shooting guard, Ferguson is not a great player at all. Very undersized. He's questionable. Even if he does manage to go, I'm not sure he's gonna play a lot of minutes. Abrinas, he's not a great player again. So I'm expecting a lot of minutes from Schroder, not only at point guard but also at shooting guard. If Westbrook does manage to play, we could definitely see a lot of minutes with Westbrook and Schroder on the floor together. But at 6,300, he's way too cheap. And if Westbrook is out, he becomes an absolute lock, as he should play a ton of minutes here against the Warriors, against Steph Curry, who hasn't been great at defense during times of his career. So I love Schroder at 63. Small forward, going to go with my Sixers, Ben Simmons, 8,400. Ben Simmons looking to redeem himself after he got embarrassed by the Celtics in the postseason. Had that notable 1-point game, but he's put in work during the preseason. He still said that he's not going to shoot 3-pointers, which I'm not sure why. But at 8,400, he's the guy that you like for DraftKings for fantasy because he does everything: points, rebounds, assists, triple-double upside every time he steps on the court. Ball is in his hands 90% of the time. Offense runs through Ben Simmons. 8,400. Pretty decent price tag considering the upside that he has because he has a ton of upside. She'll play a lot of minutes on the slate, and I think he has a very high floor as well with just being able to fill up the stat sheet the way he does. So 8,400, I love Ben Simmons. At center, go with Joel Embiid, who looked amazing, absolutely amazing in the preseason. He's said multiple times that he wants to become the MVP this year, and so far, he's looked really good in the preseason. It's just preseason, doesn't tell you a lot, but Embiid, it looks like he's stepping up his game once again. Great matchup against the Celtics here. Embiid had a very great numbers against this team last year in all 8 games. He averaged almost 50 DraftKings points per game, takes a ton of shots, ton of rebounds, lots of block shots, and steal opportunities for him. At 8,800, he's a bit underpriced here, and Simmons and Embiid are going to be my two locks on the slate. I love Embiid at 88. And now I'll give you guys a couple value plays that I like. For the Thunder, I like Diallo at 3,100. Like I said, I don't expect Westbrook to play. Diallo has been getting amazing minutes in the preseason with Roberson out. We could see Diallo get the start at shooting guard. It could be a Schroder-Diallo combo like we saw a lot of in the preseason. But he's been playing great in the preseason. Against the Bucks, he played 40 minutes, got 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. The game before that, he played off the bench once Ferguson got hurt with a concussion. Put up 13 and 5 in 25 minutes. But it looks like he might draw the start just because Ferguson is very undersized. He's not a good defender at all. And Diallo has been pretty good defensively and offensively, showed a lot. The second round pick has been very good. So I'm expecting a lot of minutes from him against the Warriors, especially, like I mentioned, if Westbrook's out, then I like him a lot. As I expect him to be able to cover Klay Thompson a lot better than guys like Abrines and Ferguson. So he played a ton of minutes in the preseason, played 40 minutes in the last preseason opener, maybe to get himself a taste of what's to come against the Warriors. So I like him a lot at 3,100, ton of upside, especially if he draws a start. And then at util, Damian Jones, I like him at 3,000. Steve Kerr said he's going to be starting at center. Also got word that Draymond Green is expected to be on a minutes restriction for the first couple games, so we could see a decent amount of minutes for Damian Jones, as he's looked great in the preseason. He put up 16, 6, 2 assists, and a steal in 23 minutes against the Lakers in his last finale, and put up 7, 5 steals, a block. Good defensive player. He's not going to play a ton of minutes, but even if he's probably going to play about 20 minutes, and definitely fill up the stat sheet as well. And at 3,000, very cheap, minimum price. I think he has a ton of upside. You know me, I love playing with my centers, so at 3,000, Damian Jones allows you to fit in all the studs on the slate, and we do have a lot, even though it's only 2 games, filled with a lot of studs on this opening night. So those are the players that I like for this opening night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoyed. You can visit the NBA website if you want to join for NBA. And good luck on this slate.